Hey folks, Wally DM here. Today our adventuring party is entering a treasure vault and they're expecting all types of coins and treasure for them to plunder. Unfortunately, when they get in there, the only thing that they're going to see are 3 copper statues, one of which is holding an entire jar of copper coins. Now there's a lot more mystery within this jar of copper coins than can be expected, but if they're not careful, then they're going to end up like our little gnome friend here and trapped within the jar. Now this is a puzzle that's going to appear in my brand new puzzle book, The Journal of Puzzle Encounters 2, which is expected hopefully about this time of next year. So let's take a look at this one. This puzzle is called The Jar of Pennies. But now just a reminder that if you're enjoying the content on this channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, and our Kickstarter is now live for the Quintessential Guide to Monster Encounters. Hopefully you'll be able to back us on this project as myself, Mr. Trask, and Dungeon Dad bring you a bunch of different monster encounters that you can run in your game. I'll put a link in the description below. In this puzzle, our adventuring party enters a treasure vault or some type of bank. Now this might have been something that they have been seeking out for quite some time, and we're expecting to find a lot of treasure here. However, when they open the vault and they enter, the entire area is clear. There is not one coin to be found, and the only thing in this room are 3 copper statues. Now, if the adventurers were to come over and take a closer look at the copper statues, they're going to see 3 humanoids. The center humanoid is of a noble or a wealthy looking man, and he seems to be holding or grasping a jar full of coins. Flanking him on the left and right are 2 other humanoids. They are both kneeling with outstretched arms towards the jar of coins. Their gaze is fixed upon it and a look of desperation. Now, as the characters come and take a closer look at the copper statues, there's a couple things they're going to notice right away. First is that the jar that the wealthy man is holding is full of copper coins, and they seem to be spinning about the jar, weaving in and out. The second thing they're going to notice is that each copper statue has a coin for an eye. The 2 poor beggars each have a silver coin in each eye, and the wealthy man or the noble that is holding the jar has a silver coin in one eye and an electrum coin in the other eye. Now, shortly after entering this area, a spirit is going to appear. Now, this is a ghostly spirit that looks to be wearing a hood, but their face cannot be seen. And when the spirit arrives, it's going to tell them the following.
Contained within this jar are a set amount of copper pieces. You may guess how many are in the jar by speaking a number. Each of you are allowed 1 guess. If your guess is correct, then you may take the jar of coins with you and aid the poor. If your guess is incorrect, the coins you carry with you will be lifted from you and left here with me in the vault.
Now, after the spirit speaks, I would recommend setting an hourglass timer. I have a 10-minute timer here, and that should help put a little bit of urgency on the side of the players. Now, what our spirit has said is that there are a certain amount of coins that are in the jar. Each of the characters are going to get 1 guess. If they guess correctly, then they're going to be able to take the jar. If they guess incorrectly, then any type of coin that is on their person, whether or not it's in a bag of holding or in a regular device, is going to be lifted from them. It's just going to disappear. So before they guess a number, I'm sure that the characters are going to want to get a closer look at the statues. But now if we get a closer look, let's say our sorceress comes up and takes a look at the jar, and if she is proficient in Arcana, then she's going to be able to study the jar and see that there is an extra dimensional space within it. It is made of a mystical arcane magic, and these copper coins seem to be filtering in and out of this extra dimensional space. With that going on, it's going to make it a little bit more difficult to be able to guess how many coins are in the jar. Now, if someone is not proficient in Arcana, let's say our Paladin comes up to take a look, then they can ascertain the same results on a Arcana check with a DC of 20. Now that we have determined that it's going to be a bit tougher to get an accurate count, any character that wants to try to count the coins or get an approximate guess can make an investigation check. Now, the success is going to have a few different levels. On a DC 12 investigation check, they're going to believe that there is between 20 to 500 coins. On a DC 15 investigation check, they're going to believe that there's 40 to 250 coins. And on a DC 20 investigation check or higher, they're going to believe that there are between 60 to 150 coins. Now, any character that tries to count the coins and fails the investigation check, rolling a DC 11 or lower, are going to believe that there's approximately 42 coins in the jar. Now, if the players are looking for additional hints, perhaps they cast a spell such as Detect Magic, and Detect Magic is going to reveal Abjuration Magic, and that is going to be with the jar, the statues, and the apparition. Now, before we go over the solution, I do want to note that the statues, the vault, and the apparition cannot be affected by spells, nor can they be damaged, altered, or moved by any physical means. Any attempts to do so will have the character engulfed into the jar of copper coins where they can be seen by their allies. This character is going to become paralyzed and will take 2d12 bludgeoning damage every 30 seconds. So as a result from trying to damage the jar of pennies or the statues or what have you, our gnome is now trapped within the jar. And not only that, but he's going to be taking damage every 30 seconds. And it looks like our 10-minute timer has expired. So I'm going to swap that out for a 30-second timer, and every time it expires, I'm going to apply damage to the gnome. So with everything this being said, and seeing that our 10-minute timer has now expired, the apparition is awaiting an answer. So with everything that's been presented, do you know how to solve the puzzle? What number would you tell the apparition for your guess on how many coins are in the jar? I'll give you a second to figure it out. Did you get it? Great! Let's go over the answer. So the solution to the puzzle is actually an Easter egg for my YouTube channel. If you were to take a look at my playlist, you can see now that this is the 100th puzzle video on my channel. So 100 puzzle videos, I decided to make a puzzle about the number 100, and the answer to this puzzle is there are 100 copper coins in the jar. Now for the players that come up with the solution in a game, the secret is actually in the coins that are in the copper statues. And again, just a reminder that if the characters try to remove those coins or do any type of damage to these statues, then they're going to suffer the same fate as our gnome friend over here. But if you remember the two poor statues, the two beggars, each have a silver coin, and the rich man that is holding the jar has a silver coin and an electrum coin. Going off of the standard monetary system, 1 silver piece is equal to 10 copper pieces, and 1 electrum piece is equal to 50 copper pieces. So we have 50 copper pieces worth of value with the electrum coin, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 silver coins, so that equals 50 copper pieces, and that is going to be a total of 100 copper pieces. So now if the correct answer is given, the apparition is going to take the jar of coins from the rich nobleman statue, and it's going to give them to the player that gave the correct answer. Any character, such as our gnome, that is trapped within the jar is going to appear in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of the jar. Now once the party has the jar of coins, then the apparition and all 3 of the statues are going to disappear. Now once this paladin opens the jar of 100 copper pieces, they're actually going to turn into 100 platinum pieces. So our characters now have a jar full of 100 platinum pieces. But let's not forget what the apparition said. If your guess is correct, then you may take this jar from the vault and aid the poor by giving them the coins that reside within. So if the party doesn't use the 100 platinum pieces to help the poor or donate it to a charity or help a village, then they are going to have a curse placed upon them by a deity. Now this curse is going to affect them that they will never be able to hold wealth in the form of coins, gems, jewels, or magical art. These items will disappear the moment they come into their possession. Now items purchased with the platinum will fade from existence the moment a transaction is made. In order to lift the curse, they need to donate 100 platinum pieces worth to a worthy cause. Now to clean up the puzzle and to resolve a few other things, anyone that had an incorrect guess and lost all the coins that were on their person, even if the correct answer is later given, those coins are forever lost. Also, any character such as our gnome here that dies within the jar of copper coins will begin making death saving throws every 6 seconds of game time. If they die within the jar, then this character is going to be dead. And then finally, if all of the characters have an incorrect guess, then once again, the apparition and all the statues are going to disappear, and any character that was trapped within the jar is going to appear in an unoccupied space where they disappeared. And the entire jar of copper coins, the statues, the apparition are going to be forever lost. So that is puzzle number 100, the Jar of Pennies puzzle. Hopefully you've watched all 100 of my puzzle videos. I'm sure you haven't, but let me know what you think of this puzzle. Is this something that you could run in your game? And if so, what would you do differently? Be sure to leave a comment below and let me know what you're thinking. Thank you very much for watching, and on to the next.